Okay, so here's a thought to kick us off. Most of us think we're awake, right? Fully present. But what if we're actually kind of sleepwalking through life? That's the big question Red Hawk raises in Self-Observation, the awakening of conscience. And today, we're going to dive into that. We want to unpack this, well, seemingly simple practice he talks about. How do we break free from just reacting automatically?
It really is a profound question, isn't it? And Red Hawk, he makes this really key point right at the start. He says, look, self-observation isn't about, jumping straight into fixing yourself or improving things immediately. It's more fundamental. It's about developing the ability, the capacity to just see ourselves as we actually are in the moment. Because, he argues, most people live mechanically, that's his term, just reacting, rushing, not really noticing what's happening inside while all that's going on.
That idea of living mechanically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits home. It makes you wonder, if we're mostly on autopilot, how do we even start noticing? Noticing our daily actions, thoughts, emotions are just automatic. Where do you even begin with that? How does this practice actually lead to what he calls true freedom?
Well, the starting point he gives is it's actually quite straightforward in theory. He calls it the practice of watching. It basically means just noticing your inner world, your breath, maybe, the thoughts drifting by, that tension in your shoulders you don't realize was there, or like that flash of irritation, just noticing it. And crucially, without judging it, not trying to change it, just seeing it.
Okay, so not analyzing, not criticizing, just pure witnessing.
Exactly.
That sounds simple, but, life's busy. How do you actually do that? How do you watch your inner world when you're, dealing with emails or in a meeting or talking to someone? Is there a technique for that?
Yeah, there is. And that's where divided attention comes in. This is really central to his teaching. It's learning to be aware of both things at once. Your outer world, the conversation, the task, whatever's happening externally, and your inner world simultaneously. It's not like multitasking where you do both poorly. It's more like having two channels open. One's tuned to the outside, the other is gently checking in on your body, your feelings, your thoughts. And that double awareness, that's the key. That's what he says awakens conscience.
Okay, awakening conscience. That sounds significant. But he doesn't mean conscience like guilt or morals, does he?
No, not in the usual sense. Not about right or wrong. It's more like an objective awareness, a clear seeing. It cuts through all the conditioning, the stories we tell ourselves. It lets you see reality, especially your inner reality, without the usual filters of, what you want, what you fear, how you justify things.
And the ego he mentions, that fits in half.
Right. So ego for him isn't just arrogance. It's kind of the whole package deal. All our learned habits, our self-image, the defenses we put up, basically the false personality covering up who we might really be. And divided attention helps you patch those automatic patterns, those contradictions, as they happen live.
Right. So thinking about you listening now, what does this actually mean for you? What's really interesting in Red Hawk's approach is this idea that real change, transformation, it comes from the awareness itself, not from forcing it. Like he says, once we see, we cannot unsee. That awareness starts to shift things almost by itself.
Exactly. The mechanical habits, they start to lose their power when you see them clearly, like shadows when you turn on a light, as you said. And maybe taking it a step further, this isn't just about personal growth, is it? When you start to see your own mechanical reactions, your own ego stuff objectively, well, it fosters a kind of humility. And maybe even compassion, because you start seeing the same patterns playing out in other people too.
So it connects us.
I think so, yeah. It connects us to that shared human experience underneath all the surface stuff. It shows how our inner work can actually ripple outwards.
Something to definitely think about as you go about your day. How might seeing your own automatic pilot foster a different connection with others?
This video is presented by International Psychology Association. Follow us for more psychology updates.